Today we're going to talk about specific ways that you can measure success of your Facebook marketing. Let's go. Hey everybody, John from JonLoomer.com and Jon Loomer Digital here to talk about Facebook insights, measuring success of your Facebook marketing efforts. So here's the thing. Last Friday, I ran a webinar on advanced Facebook insights, and I strongly advise you take a look at it. Okay, here's the URL for that, JonLoomer.com. And so within it, you can take a look at the slide share. You can watch the video, recorded video of the actual webinar. It's all there for you, okay? But additional to that is that starting April 1st, I'm having this great program because I get so many people asking me, how do I wrap my brain around Facebook Insights? So I've created a program called Facebook Insights Exclusive Workshop. Okay, so it's 30 days. It's exclusive, meaning small group. Okay, I'm going to cap the number of people who can be in it. We've got 2 small group workshops. We work kind of like a webinar style. Again, very few people there, so you can get all your questions answered. 2 one-on-one coaching calls where you and I will sit down together and talk through your current strategies and trying to evaluate what's working and what's not. So I'll step you through things with your insights. Also, daily email lessons and tasks. Undervalued portion of this program, okay? So every day you're gonna get a different tip, lesson, and task to perform that day. Just little ones, just so you build by the end of the month. And finally, just kind of as a throw in, I'll do a Facebook page strategic review by the end of the month to give you a full sense of where you're headed with your Facebook marketing. I'll provide my recommendations. Okay? Real quick, just for watching this video blog, you get $100 off of this program. Okay? Everybody else is $497 unless they watched this or got my Facebook offer, which was $50 off, or watch my webinar. You get $100 off just by going and using the promo code FB Insights. Okay? Just for you. All right, check it out. So, let's talk now about some specific ways that you can start measuring success. I talked about a lot of things in that webinar, but I want to dive in a little bit deeper here today. First of all, understand measuring success. It depends on your goals, okay? So what I'm looking for, you may not be looking for. I am looking for a specific thing. The main thing being link clicks, because I'm a publisher and I make money based on traffic to my site. But beyond that, you may measure success based on revenue. So if your product very product heavy, driving people to your products, you can start measuring how much direct revenue you had as a result of your Facebook marketing. So you may measure that. But you may also be more interested in general engagement. If you're looking at, say, customer service, or there are various types of brands out there. Maybe they don't have a separate website, which you should, or a really active separate website. So all of their engagement happens on Facebook. So then the type of engagement doesn't quite matter as much. And so whether it's link clicks or likes, comments, shares, all that stuff, all that's important to you. So general engagement could be number 1 for you. Or there are people out there who focus on reach. And reach could be those who just are most interested in brand awareness. Now, in my mind, those most concerned with reach probably should be the big brands, because these are the people who want to be top of mind at all times, right? The rest of us should make sure that we're educating people and that they're getting to know who we are and our product, and reach guarantees none of that. Reach is more about, do you recognize my logo and my product and you see it, right? So those are 3 main ways that measuring success, it really depends on what your goals are. Okay, so now the next thing is, when you measure success, you should do it based on 3 or more different things actually. So you can measure it based on specific posts. Okay, so you separate your posts according to the links and the photos and the status updates. But then you compare individual posts within that post type, because they're not apples to apples. You're going to get more engagement from photos, period. A lot of that's fluff engagement, but you're going to get more. So you can't necessarily compare a link share to a photo or a status update. They're all different. So while you've got, I take like 150 days worth of data, okay, within post level exports. 150 days worth of data, split it up between the link shares, status updates, and photos, and then start finding, okay, which of these individual posts now within, say, link shares got the most engagement, which got the least amount of engagement, which got the most reach, which got the least amount of reach, which got the specific type of engagement that I'm looking for. But again, this goes back to measuring success and the things that you are looking for, okay? So first, specific post. Second, post types. Which post type gets X, Y, and Z for me? Which one gets my desired action? So the desired metric for measuring success is reach, engagement, or whatever. Or you can break it down again to individual types of engagement or consumption. My favorite consumption being the link click, for example. So look at post types to see how your post types stack up. Again, 150 days worth of data, no small sample sizes, okay? Times a day, days of the week, that would be the last one, okay? So now you're looking at all these post types and individual posts. Now stack them up all together and start looking at, okay, and you have to break it up kind of, by day. All right, so this is everything I posted on Friday in one tab, everything I posted on Thursday in another tab, and start looking at which ones generated the most engagement, the most reach, the most X, Y, and Z, whatever it is you're looking for. So then you can kind of figure out which is your best day of the week. Do the same thing with times. Times get a little bit trickier. You're going to have to separate it by time ranges. But these are all things you should be looking at to measure success. All right. So now a little secret in terms of, what you should be looking for. I get a lot of people asking, how do you measure success? What metrics do you use? And I wrote this blog post the other day called Facebook Insights, Monitor These 8 Ratios. Now, it all, again, depends on what type of things you're looking for, but these are the 8 things I focus on when I'm measuring success. Okay, so let's start from the top. Consumptions versus impressions. And consumptions is any click. Okay, so of all the times your piece of content was shown to the world, how many times did people click on it? That's 1. Consumers versus reach. Of all the people who were reached, how many people clicked on it? At least once, okay? Engaged fans versus page likes. Of your total fans, how many of your fans engaged with this piece of content? That doesn't mean that they necessarily saw it, okay? So that gives you, and when I say I didn't see it, of course, if they engaged with it, they saw it. But this includes people who didn't see it in the total page likes. But then you get to engaged fans versus fans reached. This gives you a better idea of the total, because this kind of separates out time of the day and day of the week and all those things. So you can focus on, of those people who were reached, of your fans who were reached, are really most important, right? How many of them actually engaged? Then fans reached versus page likes. This is one people probably focus on way too much. I know they focus on it way too much. It's the percentage of fans reached, 10%, 16%, something, whatever it is. But I like to compare it to my other posts, not to everybody else, okay? Fan stories versus fan impressions. Of the times that your content was shown to your fans, how many times did a fan do something that resulted in a story? Comment, like, share, claim your offer, etc. All those things where then their friends see it. Very important stuff. Then fans talking about this versus page likes. So of your the total number of fans, how many of them create a story about this individual post type? Again, a lot of them probably didn't see it. But of your total fans, how many of them create a story about your individual post type? And then of those fans who were reached, how many of them create a story? Fans talking about this versus fans reached. So that's what I look at. Okay, a lot of information there. I hope you find it helpful. But once again, these are things I'm going to teach in my upcoming program. Go to jonloomer.com/shop/workshop. Sign up for the FB Insights exclusive workshop. Time's running out, my friends. It starts April 1st. Now, here's the deal. It says $497 here. Just for watching this, get $100 off, okay? I just want to make sure I give this deal only to the right people. $100 off. Just use the promo code FB Insights. Hope that helps. Hope to see you in that program starting April 1st. Until next time, do awesome things. I'm out.